now for an HVAC technician story that you can relate to.
Ready for another day of work, and I'm gonna tell you what, I feel psyched up for repairing some air conditioners. I feel just 100% excited. Let's get going. Hello? You need what? Why didn't you just pick him up when you went to Walmart yesterday? You were physically in the Walmart yesterday. But you're okay. No problem. No problem. The day's going great. No, it's fine. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, then. One call down. It was just a run cap, and man, I'm feeling like $1,000,000. I knew what it was already just from the guy going, it makes a humming noise. I feel like a genius. I am a genius. I may be the greatest technician that's ever lived. Hello, dear. Okay, so what kind of noise is it? Like a sputtering? I've never heard a car sound like that in my life. I'll take a look at it when I get home. It might be dark when I get home. Well, I don't know. It's summertime. People call me randomly as their air conditioners break. I don't predict them. I don't have a... No, I don't have a... Okay, I'll see you a little bit later. Bye. Alright. That blower motor would not come off the shaft, and I'll tell you what, I was about to lose it. I was about to lose it. I might... Okay. This is my wife. I will get it divorced. Oh, it's not. Okay. All right. Hello? No. My next call is not, that's not my next call. That's Bobby's next call. He goes home every time he sneezes. Okay? Just tell him to stay for the next call. I already have like 50 calls. Then don't hire people that are fragile. He's like a baby dove. I don't care who his dad is. But I respect the owner. And that's not what where's the call at? Well, I know my Mr. Dove couldn't do it. Crawl space. His little fat butt couldn't even fit in the door. Yeah, the pieces are coming together. Saturday night? No, the game is on Saturday night. I told you about I was watching the game and sitting alone, and that's all I'm gonna do Saturday night. Just sit alone and watch the game. Alone. I don't even like them. Why would you invite them to our home? Here's the part I don't understand, is I hate their guts. And you're going to invite them to our home where I can't leave and go home because I'm already there. I don't care Who cares if your mother likes them? No. All right. Well, next time you invite someone over to the house, give me some warning so I can leave the country. I'm gonna quit this job and just sell drugs. I'm just gonna sell drugs. Oh. The end. The end. Okay. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home. What? Oh. Hello. I'm pulling out of the last call right now. About to head home. Why? Again, that was Snowflake's call, and I'm done. It is 8:00 p.m. Nightfall is coming. Tell them we'll... Well, where is it at? Where's the call at? I have no doubt. Yeah, I'm sure it's full of babies and elderly people. Yeah. Just can't even get to the door because of all the babies and elderly people, I'm sure. All right. Well, I'll look it up and then I'll head over there, and it's not very far, is it? Okay, I'm looking it up now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Zach Talks About Air Conditioners. And thank you for joining me for this. I worked hard on that video right there, and when I got done with it and I watched it, I was like, "This is funny. I like this. This is good." I actually high-fived myself. I've made a lot of videos out there, guys, and I've watched them and gone, "It's all right." But I enjoyed that. That was fun to make, and so I'm gonna make some more like that. That was fun. That was fun. Thank you, John, for the super chat. John with the super chat. Pow, pow, poo. Thank you so much. Joshua Seaton says, "Can I call too?" Man, I used to get a lot of calls at work. There's calls all the time. When I worked for my father, then there was even more calls back in the day. And that was at the dawn of cell phones. So we had the, what was it? We had the Nextels, the blah, stuff. And we had the archaic bag phone was where I started a long time ago, and it didn't have caller ID. It just said call. I don't even know why I had to say call. I mean, you could hear the ringing. So I mean, I don't know why you had to say call for. So bag phone, and then to the MicroTac and StarTAC phones from Motorola, and then everything got sleek with the Razor. It was nice. It was a lot of phone calls. But I was watching NorCal the other night, and NorCal was talking about like the olden days as far as the 80s and 90s, and I could identify with some of it. NorCal's a little older than me. I think he's 50-something, another 55, something like that. I'm 43, so I understand a little bit about it because I've had to make payphone calls, and we had to use maps and stuff like that. So, it's a different time. Maps sucked because now GPS is like, it's on the left, it's on the right, and it's sometimes it's whatever. Hey, bag phones, Joe. Joe's like, bag phone? How old am I? Man, Zach, did you stop before tablets? There were no tablets when I started. That's for daggone sure. Thank you, Matt T. I appreciate that. I'm going to assume that's because of the great comedy at the beginning of the show. And you guys are inspiring me to make more comedy because if I make more comedy, that means you guys are going to super chat again. So I'm going to make them funnier and funnier until I just fall apart and can't do it anymore. We'll see what happens. We'll see if there's a psychological break. Maybe the comedy will continue to increase. Corey Peter says, going to be honest, from an owner's position, I should bring the chat up on the screen too. That would be a good idea since we're going to look at it. All right, here we go. Going to be honest, from an owner's position, there comes a time when you have to choose your techs over the customers, can't work them to death, and then criticize them when the mistakes are made afterwards. There's truth to that. Absolutely. Joshua Seaton, thank you. Celebrate the first super chat from Joshua Seaton. YouTube tells me all this great stuff, guys. Fantastic. Thank you, Joshua Seaton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Joe Shear said the only tablets were the 10 Commandments. That's right. There was stone tablets, and Moses broke them. You know what I'm saying? He broke his, just like every other tablet in the world. Dropped it and broke it. Everything HVACR said had to carry the on-call pager. Yeah, we had page. I don't know if I ever carried the pager though, but there was a lot of pagers out there. It might have been a thing where in the early days when I wasn't in charge of anything except for going to get somebody tools or whatever, I didn't have any way of contact. It was just whoever, there's a fly in here now, I guess. Whoever was in charge of the job, my brother or my father had some way to communicate. And then I just like, can we go somewhere? Can I call somebody? Whatever. I didn't get to call anybody. And let's see here. Thomas, blah, blah. Yeah, got some maps out there. Lots of maps, guys. Lots of maps. So I'm glad those days are gone because GPS is a lot easier, a lot less stress. You don't have to go, which street was that? Did we just pass it? What street was that? Had to do that all the time and be like, did they say the house was white? They said cream. Did they say the shutters were blue? They said cobalt. We get into problems like that. Joshua Seaton says, finding a payphone in Seattle that wasn't full of crap and urine was tough. I heard Seattle is a wasteland, and it hasn't gotten any better since then. I don't know. I don't think so, judging from the news. But the payphones, they were a hotbed for some vulgar language. Some girls of the night would put their numbers on there. So there you go. Yeah, it's pretty fun. What's up, Nathaniel? Haven't seen Nathaniel in a while. Welcome back, Nathaniel. Good to see you. Let's take a look at our chat here. We have Nathaniel. We have Jared. We have Joshua. HVAC Rookie has some kind of pink poop thing. I don't know what that pink poop. Girl poop, I guess. Ladies have to poop too, right? Fernando Zara. I like your name, man. It's like a awesome name. Susie Dunn. Welcome back, Susie. Everything HVACR. Joe Shearer. Corey Peters, Matt T, Mark Cotter. Let's see who else we got. Kangaroo God, and thank you, Kangaroo God. Appreciate that. Randy Laz. Let's see. There's John, HVAC Technician Talk. John Harrell, and I think that might be HVAC. Well, we're going back up. We got T. Leck Thomas and Mark Cotter. Man, we had to go back a ways here today. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Brawl Mesa says, sup, Zach. Sup, Raw. And that's going to be, it keeps on going. That's pretty good, though. All right, Melvin Kaufman. What's up, Jared? We're just going to call you Jared because I don't want to say any French Cajun type names because it's going to be wrong. All right. It's going down to the bottom again. Whee! Oh, I like guitar symbol. Very nice. And thank everybody for joining me tonight. If you're enjoying the show, if you like the general comedy at the beginning and want to endorse it in a non-super chat way, which is fine as well, you can put a like on the stream. You can always email me at hvacshoptalk@gmail.com for any reason or to give me an idea. It's like, hey, would you make a skit where the blah, blah, blah happens? And maybe I can do that because it's fun. It was fun driving around with my dump garbage in the back of the truck, filming stuff in the middle of the country. That was nice. I enjoyed it. And I'd do it again. And thank you very much. Yep. You didn't have to call. Did I leave some for the... Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate the super chats. I want to say that again. I appreciate that very much. We had a... Let's see. What did I do here? Oh, let me see. I'm going to get rid of the chat real quick. Sorry, I got to itch my nose here. And I think this is going to be the poll I put up earlier. So I asked a poll, how old are you? Because I was kind of curious who was watching in ages. And this was as of 8 o'clock. There's like a couple hundred people that had voted on this poll, which I appreciate. Thank you. And I had up to 25 years old was 14%. 26 to 40 is 58%. So the lion's share is in that group right there. And then my group, 41 to 55 is 20%, and only 8% of them were 56 plus, which is to be expected. I guess you're getting older, you're getting out of the trade, you're not going to watch YouTube videos unless you want to reminisce. You just want to reminisce. HVAC Tech wannabe, what's up? How's it going, man? So I thought the poll was pretty good because I wanted to find out how old everybody was because I was just kind of curious. So when I talk about pagers and stuff, a lot of you will be like, "What? What are you talking about? A pager? What is that? What's a pager?" The doctors on ER had them, so they must be cool. Is that the standard? I don't know. I don't know if that's the standard or not. Let me look here. All right. Tonight is the first time I've ever streamed simultaneously on Rumble. So if you're on Rumble and actually watching this, comment in the live chat. We're getting it started over there on Rumble, and we're going to test it out. All right. We'll see if it works, see if it takes off or not. Check it out. Check it out. You may enjoy it. You may not. You may not care. It does not matter. All right. So let me see what else we have. We have the HST. This is something I'm going to try that's new. HST Action Weather. HST Action Weather is coming up now. And this Action Weather, there's no theme yet, but I will be making a theme for it. And I wanted to see kind of like what's going on all throughout the United States, and especially looking at some of the guys that I know out there, some of them I've seen in the chat so far. Yeah. We'll see what the temperatures are all over the United States and the places you should definitely avoid working. And I'm going to say to you guys, and I'm going to put it right here in the live chat. And let me see here. Copy. And if you want, paste. I'm going to put a little link in there, and you can come on and talk for a couple minutes if you want to. Now, keep it in mind, this is just going to be a brief little talk just for a minute. But if you want to chime in on your 2 cents on anything we're talking about, you can hit that link. If you lost the link and don't know where to find it, I'll put it back in the chat again. So just let me know. But you can pop in and say hello or whatever you want to do. But I will warn you, it will be brief because we have stuff we're going to do tonight as well. All right. So let me look here. We're going to talk about some action weather. And we're going to go to the action weather screen here. And what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to hit my little button here. And I wanted to look and see what was going on all across. Yeah, see, you're over on Rumble already watching stuff. I know a lot of guys use that Rumble. I call it Republican YouTube. That's what Rumble is, Republican YouTube. You can check it out over there. The stream is working, it looks like. Put a comment in the live chat if you do go over there because I haven't seen any comments yet. This is the first time we've done it, so feel free to go on over there and do it. I'll try to do it every single time. I'll go back and look at it, see if it turned out all right and all that good stuff. So I wanted to kind of show where I would avoid working and what it's like in various places of the people that I know and love on YouTube. Well, let's start off right here where I'm at. There's me, and look at this. Today, it was a nice 81 degrees. So this is actually really nice weather, okay? If you're going to work, this is pretty good weather to be working in. 81 today, but it's going to be 86 tomorrow. It starts getting a little warmer, gets a little bit less comfortable, especially in those attic jobs. Because with attic jobs, you got to add like 40 degrees or something. 35, 40 degrees, depending on what kind of roof you got there and how big the attic is. Little tiny attic's like an easy bake oven. It heats up real quick, and it makes you regret your career choice. So right here, not too bad yet. But we traveled down south to my good buddy Beaver, and let's see what's going on with Beaver. Chabow. Well, down there with Beaver, that's a lovely picture of him, by the way. For some reason, it didn't give me a temperature for today, but tomorrow it's about the same as it is here. It's 83 degrees with 67 degrees overnight, which isn't much of a cool-off for April. But, you know, if you're down where Beaver's at, it's going to start getting hot, too. He's down there in Georgia. And keeping in mind that when I put these places with these people, it's not exactly where they're at. It's close, so I don't want you, finding them from this very small bit of information. In case that was a thing people were going to do. I know Shearer's here. I saw Shearer. Hey, down there in Tallahassee, it's going to be 88 tomorrow. 88 tomorrow. We can do like weather here. It's going to be 88 tomorrow with a 5% chance of rain. It's going to cool off to around 65 overnight. Down there where Joe's at. So if Joe's doing an install, it might be a little toasty tomorrow. It could be very toasty. But if you want to have a nice mild day, let's head on over to where the air conditioning guy's at. Juan Valdivinos, a channel I love to watch. There's Juan and his mask up in the attic. He's got his mask on. It's staying safe. But in Juan Valdivinos country, Los Angeles, hey, just try to find him now. Los Angeles is big. It was 63 degrees today, and it's going to be 69 tomorrow. Man, it's good to be in Juan's part of the world right now. someone click the link so we can quit the weather. How awful. How awful. I'll go through the weather quickly. No, I'm not. All right, let's keep going. Cannon Casey. This is the one that's kind of weird to me. Out there in Kansas City, and that's a great picture of Cannon, by the way. So I think we can enjoy that. Tuesday, it's going to be 86 degrees. Tomorrow, or it was 86 degrees. Tomorrow, it's going to be 55. What the crap kind of temperature change is that? It's like 30 degrees in one day. 30 degrees in one day, man. Anyway, the best one, though, it's going to be NorCal. Over there in Santa Cruz, it's 57 degrees and 58 tomorrow. I would take that any day of the week. So go on over to where NorCal's at. Oh, that's a heck of a cold front, though. I mean, 30 degrees in one day. We don't usually get cold fronts like that around here. We don't get cold fronts like that. But go where NorCal's at. He works well. And here's two places to avoid. Rio Grande City, Texas. It was 97 today. So avoid going to Rio Grande City, Texas. And avoid going to Rankin Inlet in Nunavut, where the high today was -5, and tomorrow the high is -1. This is in Canada, far away in Canada. Don't go there. Will the link work with my CompuServe dial-up and 8600K baud modem? I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be problematic. It's going to be problematic for you to use the link there. I think you're most likely going to have to upgrade to the Commodore 64 and then try the link. But anyone can try the link. You can try the link. We're going to take a little break, and I'll be right back after these messages from... We did Nabisco last time. Let's do Gold Bond. Huh? To help you on jobs where space is an issue, Beckett has the CL20 low-profile condensate pump. It can still pump up to 20 feet of lift. It can handle water up to 150 degrees, and it still has that Beckett quality in a smaller package for your application. Find out more at BeckettUS.com. NAVAC Global won an Innovation Award at the recent AHR show, which is no surprise. They have all these new battery tools, including the NEF 6LM break-free power flaring tool, which can do 100 flares with one battery charge and only weighs 3 pounds. Find out more at navacglobal.com. The best HVAC companies understand they need to have the highest efficiency and quality in and out of the field. That means having a quality service management software that matches the high technical level of your work. Field Pulse is rated as the #1 HVAC FSM and #1 for both ease of use and customer service. On average, businesses grow 60% within their first year after signing up with Field Pulse. Start your free 7-day trial by going to the description of this podcast or YouTube video and clicking on my link. Then take your business to the next level with Field Pulse today. Okay, guys, I had an idea since no one's clicked the link yet, and I have some other stuff we can do. But to have more fun, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go over to the screen where my little the link would take you, and I'm going to put a question up. And the first person to come in there and answer it will win some shirts, maybe whatever hat I have laying around, maybe some stickers and all sorts of stuff. So we'll do that. I'll put it up here, and here we go. It's I'll put up an easy one. Here's an easy question. I'm looking through them right now. I'm trying to find the easiest one in all of the questions. Here we go. All right, so if you can answer this, hit the link. I'll put the link in right now so you'll have a chance to respond. Oh, let me invite, copy. All right. Someone already popped in there. Someone's looking at the camera really hard. That is quite the look right there. Wow. Okay, let's bring him in here. Let's see. Let's see what this is all about, because that is quite the look. Here we are. Let me hit the right button.
Hello. This thing works.
Yep, I bet it works now, doesn't it?
Hello.
Hello? Hello, Nate.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello, Nate.
When you're choppy. Wondering why?
I think, Nate, you're choppy. I'm fine. Could everybody hear me? Can they hear Nate
I hear
talking?
you better now.
Oh, all right. Hook up to your Wi-Fi or your neighbor's
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
I can hear you better now. The audio jumped to my wristwatch.
Oh, well, that explains it right there. Okay, so you can hear me, and you see the question, right?
Our train back. Wait,
Let me add.
which manufacturer makes? Wait.
Which manufacturer makes the ARUF air handler? Goodman, Train, Lennox, or Carrier? Come on, Nate. You could do it.
It's got to be Goodman.
It is Goodman. You're exactly right, Nate. Guess what that means?
I feel like I would have said Ream.
I'm glad you didn't say.
It's like the Ajax.
I'm glad you didn't say Ream. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't say Ream. You know, since you're here, Nate, hold on a second. Since you're here, let me ask you another one and see if you can't win something else, something better. You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. So Nate's not wearing a shirt, which is fine, and he also looks like a mountain person, which is cool. Actually, I like that. So cool mountain person, Nate. All right. Here's what
I
we're
have a
gonna do.
good joke that I tell customers.
What's your joke?
I don't cut my hair or face until someone says I look like what is it? What's his name? Forrest Gump when he was running.
Oh, well, you got a little ways
and
left
then
to
I
go.
just
Then
shave everything.
I thought you were gonna say like Grizzly Adams or something like that. Okay. Well, you look like the guy that's in the river in the meme that just turns and goes like this. It's exactly what you look. I don't know if anyone remembers what that is, but you look exactly like him, which is a good thing. It's a cool looking guy. But let's get you to win something. All right, let's get you to win something. Let's give you some tension music. Hit the tension music. Wait, where is it? I don't hear any tension music. I don't hear any tension music at all. Here, there we go. That's better. All right, we got some tension music. He's all froze up now. His computer crashed. Oh, wait, he's back. All right. Let's see if you can answer this question. Are you ready? It's like he's going to break up. I think we might have lost him. I think he lost. Guys, if you can answer this question and Nate disappears, then come in here and win something. Here you go. It's going to be the easiest question in the whole thing. Scroll, reciprocating, and rotary are types of what? Compressors, fan motors, water towers, or sensors? If Nate disappears, this is all you guys. All right? All you got to do is pop in here and you'll win. Scroll, reciprocating, and rotary are types of what? Oh my gosh, this is the easiest thing ever. Nate's all locked up. He's all locked up. He disappeared. I'm going to copy the link again and put it over here. All right, if you want to try to win this thing, just pop in here. I'll take the first person. We got a bunch of stuff here. Nate, you already won something. He disappeared. He's off the screen now. Let's see if anyone else comes in here. I'll give it a minute or so. This is the easiest question that I've ever asked on the show. I hope somebody comes in here. Let not the fear of being live stop you, because you never know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm going to search through a box and find you something. And if I feel guilty, I'll probably be throwing a bunch of stuff in there. Maybe, yeah, Hughesman says, I'm not even going to click the link. Yeah, it's so easy. Well, maybe we can step it up a notch then. All right, I'll tell you what. We'll step it up a notch, and I'll give you one. Whenever you pop in here, whoever it is, I'll give you a different one. All you got to do is pop in here. I'll give you a different one, and it'll be harder than that. Can you use it in a sentence? Yep, it's not too hard. Oh, look who's here. I don't believe it. It's Dave Weaver.
Nobody else gonna come in to win?
I'm surprised. I really am surprised. You know, this game, we used to play it. Used to be like 5, 6 people lined up. We just got to get in the rhythm again, I guess. Got to get in the rhythm again. How you doing, Dave? Turn the music off for a
I'm
second.
doing good. Been retired for 2 years now.
You've been retired for 2 years. Well, what are you up to?
Well, I still do side work. I got a little convenience store I got to do, and then I got basement contractors I work for that I disconnect the condensing unit and then reconnect it after they waterproof the basement, because those are easy in and out things. So I still like to keep busy, but I just don't want to go 7 to 3:30, 40 plus hours a week anymore.
I don't really blame you. That's kind of a nice gig. You can still do it and get your fill of it and kind of on your own terms. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah.
So what else are you up to? Since you're retired, do you have like hobbies you're pursuing? Are you golfing? I mean, what are you doing?
I golf once in a while, but my daughter bought a house for 50 grand. She had 20 grand from babysitting money. Grandma gave her 30 grand. And then I gave her 15 grand and helped her replace the basement foundation.
Wow.
We
Man.
jacked up the house, did one wall at a time, poured a new footer, lowered the basement floor, and then we hired the brickies to come in and build the wall. Then we moved all the jacks over to the other side of the wall, jacked it up, blew out the old, dug the basement down about 1.5 feet because it had a low basement. So we finally got that all done. That only took about 1.5 years, 2 years, because she's still in college, babysitting. And I had just retired at the time.
So you did a 2-year project.
Well,
that's good. That's a long
when I
one.
say 2 years, there were some weeks we only went there for like maybe 8 hours.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some weeks we didn't go at all. Then we were going to hit it hard, so we went there 2 or 3 days the whole week, and then we take a break.
So what are you going to do next? Since if the basement wraps up and the house is jacked up and all finished, what are you going to do now with all that free time you would be, building levees or whatever?
Oh, okay. So then I did the plumbing under the slab, poured the basement floor, just did the HVAC, put the furnace and all the ductwork in. We got a supply and a return in every room. And then we finished that, and now we're doing the plumbing, and I'm saving the electrical for last because, everything else has a right of way, and then the electrical we could weave into wherever we got to get it.
Oh wow, that's a pretty big project right there. That's not like a leisurely project. That's a huge remodel sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and then as soon as I finish the plumbing and electrical, all I have left to do are the windows, the vinyl siding, the garage, the driveway, and some outside lighting, and we'll be wrapped up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was listening to the first part of this. I'm like, okay, well, he's going to say something he's going to do, and he's going to while away the next 30 years. But now I'm thinking, you got to hurry up before you actually get too old to finish the project. There's so much stuff to do.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Can't get down on my knees very good anymore. So I got to get my dog. Hey, you got to go and get this, get that. I'm standing up.
That's good that you're doing it. I mean, it's a really nice thing that you're doing, obviously helping her out. So having said that, what do you do for fun? I mean, that's not be fulfilling to do that sort of work, but what's fun? What do you do for fun?
Golf a little bit. I like to go out to breakfast with the kids when I can. Just free stuff. We have the metro parks. I took the kids, like we went and I took the kids, all 3 daughters, actually made it to this little event. It's to see how they do maple syrup. And they only do it for like 3-4 weeks out of the year because it's got to be real cold at night where it warms up because that pushes the sap out of the tree. And they have all these buckets hooked up and they boil down 10 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. And then you go to a pancake breakfast afterwards.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Where is this at?
It's in the metro parks in the Cleveland area.
So it's right near you.
It's called the Emerald Necklace. They call it the metro parks, the city of Cleveland. Nobody could build there, and it's like if you look at a map, it looks like a green That's why they call it that old necklace. It looks like a green thing around Cleveland. Goes all the way around, like maybe 12 miles out of Cleveland. It goes all the way around from Lake Erie to Lake Erie, from the east side to the west side.
Wait, so you did see me wear your shirt?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, all right, good.
About 20 years ago, I was selling something on Craigslist, and this guy from Oregon called me and says, "Hey, I need that." It was a commercial biscuit maker that cuts the biscuits in wood. And I talked to him. I said, "Why are you?" He goes, "Oh, my place burned down and everything, and we're trying to get back online." And he goes, "Don't screw me," because all the scams on Craigslist. But 20 years ago, Craigslist just kind of like started. So I put a Cleveland Browns sweatshirt in there for him because it's cold up there. So he said, "Oh, thanks for that." So anytime I sell something on Craigslist or eBay, or I think I sent that down to you with that cable, right?
That's right.
So I always stick in a Cleveland Browns thing anytime I send something out of state, just for the hell of it.
Well, I'll tell you what. The long sleeve T-shirts. I don't have a whole lot of long sleeve T-shirts because a lot of times when I get going down here, it's not cold enough. I'll start working and it'll get warm, and I'll have to roll up my sleeves, which is fine. But I do a lot of cutting with the angle grinder, and I always wear long sleeves when I cut with the angle grinder. You don't know how many times I have worn the Cleveland Browns shirt, both on the air actually, and just doing work in the shop. It has been heavily used, and I just want you to know that. Plus the wire's used. That's why we're on the air right now, because your wire's working.
Nice. Oh, did you replace that wire?
No, I ran a longer one. I branched it and came all the way down to my shop with your wire.
Oh, because it'd be interesting to see how long it would take that cable to fail.
That's what I was kind of waiting for, because I remember you had mentioned that, and I did remember that. I said, this is not an underground cable, but it's now underground. So let's just see what happens. And it'll probably happen during a show or something, but we'll see. If I go off the air, that's probably the cable I buried.
Yeah, we've even had cables fail where we Cat 5 cables, we pulled them in conduit, and then somebody doesn't seal the boxes or something, so you have the hot and the cold air moving, and it'll deposit water in the pipe. And then it's like we search it out and we go, okay, here's the cable, but it's in conduit all the way inside, so there should be nothing wrong with it. We pull it out, and sure enough, it's wet, and then the water penetrates because it's not underground, water rated, and it makes the, changes the capacitance and then makes the cable fail. So it's just a matter of time before that cable fails if it's laying in water.
Well, its conduit is the earth, so we're gonna see.
Yeah, it'll last longer if it's a dry area, but if
it should be not lasting very long. Dry area does not describe this at all. It's not like at the bottom of a lake, but it's somewhere in between, we'll say. All right, so you gave me this shirt, which I love. Actually, it's one of those things that, you get them, it's like Cleveland Browns. All right. But I wear the shirt so much, it's like one of the things you just end up using a ton of. And of course, I used a wire, so it's time to give back to you. So I want you to win something like you have about a half a dozen times already. But it's been a while.
I still use the tools that I won from you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So you won the S-Man. What else did you win?
The Testos, the short range Testos, the first generation Testos.
Wow.
But I still use them.
You did good.
Yeah, and then a bunch of other stuff, hand tools. I love playing that skill trade up.
Yeah, we're going to do that more official. This is the unofficial version, but the official version will come back. So it'll be back within the next month or so with all the bells and whistles that goes along with it. But this time, I'm going to ask you a question or two. So you want to start off with an easy question, sort of just, relax into it?
Sure.
It's like, well, who would say no, right? Who would say, no, I don't like easy questions. Are you familiar with Carrier and or Bryant?
Not really. I work on them here and there, but.
Well, I'm just going to give you the easy question from a second ago, because if you get that wrong, I mean, it's just like a self-esteem destroyer. So don't get it wrong. Here it comes. You got this. It's going to be fine. This is the massive question. Scroll, reciprocating, and rotary are types of compressors, fan motors, water towers, sensors.
Compressors.
Oh my gosh, you are brilliant. And yes, you are absolutely correct. It is compressors. You're absolutely right. You won whatever it is I find in the box here after the show. And congratulations. And let's do one more. Okay. Let's do one more, a little bit more difficult. Not risking anything, just adding to it potentially. So
Okay.
here we go. Let the tension rise again. Here we are. Here's the more difficult question, and the chat is open so they can help you the whole time if you so need it. Total heat is also called kinetics, enthalpy, thermal total, or temperature. La 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 la. Work your way through it.
Yeah. Enthalpy is sensible and latent. So thermal total, I'm gonna have to say enthalpy.
Enthalpy is absolutely right. You win. I made up thermal total because I thought it sounded kind of like it. Temperature, of course, is sensible only, and kinetics is a form of energy, which is, temperature is kinetic energy, molecules moving quickly, hot or slowly, cold or not at all, absolute zero, and time stops. Hasn't happened yet. We're waiting on that one. Congratulations. Congratulations to you for your dog. Maybe like a dog treat or something.
See, they're tuned in every time I go to win something, they start barking and rooting for me.
That's amazing. I don't know what you won. There's going to be some stickers, and I'm going to go in there and maybe, what size shirt are you?
2X.
2X shirt. I'm going to see what I got. Would you rather have Shop Talk or Beckett?
Shop Talk.
All right, Shop Talk.
I don't work on any boilers, oil fire boilers.
You can still wear Beckett, for condensate pumps, right? Condensate pumps.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. It's just a shirt. You don't even have to know who is on there, really.
It's for everybody else, not me. Just like my haircut.
Hey, I love your haircut. Okay, don't change a thing. Don't even part it more vigorously. Don't part it any more vigorously than it's already parted.
It's my 70s hairstyle.
I've seen that haircut somewhere. Maybe it was Bill Gates, the older Bill Gates, like back in the day. I think he might have had that same haircut. In fact, you sort of look like him. You might actually be him. yeah. When he first started out, before they took all the government stuff. But that's a different story. So congratulations. I think I have your same address, probably, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Dave. Be watching out for the skilled trade up. Of course, you can watch the show just for the regular information, or you can wait for a skilled trade up and save all your brain power for that. Either way you want to do it.
Okay, great. Hey, I'm not getting a text anymore. I get if the computer's on, but how do I get my text? I used to get text when you
I haven't sent a text since I came back. So you wouldn't have got a text anyway.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm trying to recall how I sent the text because for a long time I wasn't doing any live stuff, but I'll try to find that.
Oh, I thought maybe I had to subscribe or something for the notifications. I thought you used to send out a text automatically.
Yeah, there was a text that would do either text or email depending on which one the person wanted. And I know it's somewhere on my computer, but for like a 6-month span, I wasn't using it at all because I was kind of away from the stuff for a while. But that's a good reminder. I'll try to get that fired up, and you can let me know whether you get it for the next one, which will be, either going to be Thursday or Saturday will be the next one. So you can just let me know. That'd be super.
Okay, great.
All right, Dave. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna dump you off the air and move along.
Okay, thanks, Zach.
All right, take care, Dave. Thank you.
Okay,
bye. Good old Dave Weaver. Man, he's a big winner. Dave has been on the show for a long time. He's won a lot of great stuff, too. A lot of great stuff over the years. I'll tell you what we're going to do here. I'm going to come back for break number 2. And then what I'm going to do is I have a few other things. I have some tool deals for you guys. Or we can chime in. Someone else can pop in here and talk if they want to. Do whatever for a couple minutes. And we'll wrap this thing up. So I'll come back. I'll put a link here if you want to. Let me change my screens back here. My other camera. The other camera is much better than the camera I use for the other screen. Man, good grief. Looks like crap. All right. So I'm going to paste it in there. If you want to jump in here, anybody, for a few minutes, just hang tight while we're off the air doing our break, and you can jump in here when you get back. We can talk about tool deals. We can talk about your day at work. We can talk about whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it's semi, HVAC related. So stay tuned. If you enjoy HVAC Shop Talk, live streams, and podcasts, you can support us in a variety of different ways. The very simple way on YouTube is to hit that like button and make sure that you are subscribed. If you're subscribed, make sure you're taking part in our live chats. If you want to take it a step further and really help us out, you can join and become a member of this channel. The link to join this channel is in the description of every video. If you're listening to the HVAC Shop Talk podcast, a really easy thing to do is whatever app you're using, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you get a constant feed. Also, take a few minutes and leave a review for the podcast as well. That tells Apple and every other app that you're enjoying the show and you're enjoying the interaction, and that way they'll put it out there to new people all the time. If you want to take your support a step further from the podcast vantage, go to subscribestar.com/Zach-Cioto. You find a link to that in the description of every podcast and video. You can become similar to a channel member, except it's just a different format. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it, girls. Anyone watching, and let's get on with the show. The Yellow Jacket CA502 combustion analyzer is a simple yet detailed way to look at a heating system. You can perform draft, pressure, and temperature measurements. There's high CO protection for your device, field replaceable sensors, a 12-month warranty. There is an available wireless printer, has built-in dual pressure manometer, and a whole host of other features. You can find out more about Yellow Jacket's brand new combustion analyzer at yellowjacket.com. If you're expanding a system and you're going to zone a system, sometimes you're going to run into issues getting thermostats into particular locations. EWC solves that issue with the EWT-955WH thermostat. It has several features beyond being wireless. You can use it for gas, oil, heat pump, multi-stage systems, heat only, cool only, millivolt, humidity, and dual fuel, just to name a few. Find out more at EWCControls.com. Well, welcome back, everybody. I see there's somebody over there in the queue. And hello to Zach Sirasoni. What's up, my brother from, man, Zach, you're in Buffalo, right? I think it was Buffalo. Mike Reed, it's the manometer. Oh, yeah, okay. Cosmic Warrior, 12-month warranty. I'm not sure what that is. 12-month warranty on one of the products, probably. I hope there's no test on this. Mike Reed, nope. Hello, Raw. Let me see if anyone else has popped in here. C. Young, what's up, man? And let's get back down to the other screen here. And I'm going to take this off. I got to do all my buttons and whistles and stuff here. All right, let's see who's over there.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was offline for a while, and for some reason, every time I'm coming into this scene now, it's telling me that I'm muted, which is great. It always happens when I'm live. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So you have a new show out now, right?
I do. It's called The Misfits of HVAC, and we go live every Saturday night at 9.
Every Saturday night. Well, I'm glad you told me that, because then I can adjust what time that I go live. If I go live on Saturday, is it Eastern?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about the show a little bit for those who haven't seen it.
Well, it's myself. I have my YouTube channel, A Hughes Man of HVAC. Sorry, I'm like very echoey. But it's myself and Jennifer. She has a very good TikTok following. HVA Chicks on TikTok. Check her out. Hello?
Yeah, as soon as I did that again, my volume died again.
Gotcha.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, so she's a TikTok person, but she's not like a YouTube person.
Not a YouTube person, a TikTok person. She owns her own heating and cooling company. She works with Skill Cat Trade School, and she has a pretty decent following. She has a very nice personality. I like her, and I love talking with her on Saturday nights. So check us out.
Cool. Very nice. So every Saturday night at 9 o'clock, and it's also audio only too?
Yes, I just started putting things up on the podcast. It's kind of a new realm for me, but it's been going well, and everything kind of worked out nicely on that end.
Excellent. So when you started the show here, Misfits of HVAC, what is the stuff that you wanted to kind of talk about? What was kind of your theme going into it?
It's more just kind of like a hangout and talk HVAC, what we did, this and that. We always have a guest. The guest on the second episode was Gil Cavey from the HVAC Uncensored podcast. And then episode 3 was my buddy Paul. He has the YouTube channel HVAC OTJ on YouTube. He's a very nice guy, and just kind of videos I like to watch, and just kind of chatting and talking, kind of like the HVAC Overtime show.
Okay, cool. I saw a part of the show with OTJ, and for some reason, whenever I'm out of the loop, I thought it was Overtime Joe, like had his own channel for a while. Then he popped on the screen and he started talking. I was like, this is definitely not Joe, because it's a whole different accent from Joe. But it's pretty cool because it's like same age as I am, and he had just gotten into the trade like I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. So it's kind of an interesting story.
Yeah, nice guy. But I wanted to say, Zach, and I saw you put the link up, but I've been watching your live streams for a long time, and sometimes don't participate so much in the chat, but I do sometimes. But, I saw the opportunity was open and want to come in and say hello.
Anytime, man. Anytime you want to pop in, even if you want to let us know what's going on the other show, what you got coming up or something like that, always feel free to hit the link. Don't hesitate.
Awesome.
Cool.
That last guest was cool. He's a big winner multiple times. So Dave,
my gosh, yeah, cool. he's won. I don't know how much stuff he's won. He probably doesn't even remember all the stuff he's won. But like the S-Bands and the Testo Probes, I mean, back in the day, we were on a roll with some of this stuff. Nowadays, it's like you got to scrounge around to try to find something. But back then, it was like it's falling from the sky. So it was really cool, and it all fell on Dave, which is really nice. So and everything else fell on the dude from Canada, and I can't remember his name now, but he won so much stuff. Oh man, I hate it.
Dave was cracking me up. He's like, we blew out the walls, lowered the floor. Now all we got left is windows, driveway, siding. Awesome.
Yeah, he's gonna come in there. He's gonna finish this thing. And it reminds me of Chuck Pierce. It's like, well, the house was too low. We just jacked it up like it's a matter of fact or something. We went ahead and fixed the potholes in the street and kind of leveled out some of the city buildings. It's like, all right, well, that's just a weekend with Dave right there, and I'm just trying to get a stupid gear off of a shaft over here for the last week. So, I mean, that's where we're at in life. But yeah, pretty cool, man. So every week people can check your stuff out. Is there anything else you want to kind of disclose or talk about?
No, I just wanted to see what it was all about. And,
now you know the full breadth of what goes on here.
I decided to use my workshop background today. Not as cool as yours.
That's
mine's
pretty good.
Completely fake.
Is it fake? Really?
Yeah, it's a green screen.
That looks pretty good. Oh man, you got a radiator in there. You got like copper on the wall and the flag and stuff. I would never have thought that.
I got a hot water tank on wheels over here for some reason. I'm not sure.
I like the variable location hot water tank. I didn't notice I had wheels until you said that. I would have never known that, dude, unless you said it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The
but
facade
awesome,
is
man.
gone.
Keep coming on with the lives. I enjoy them, and I know everybody else in the chat does too.
Hey, that's what I always say. Dozens of people are waiting on this every week. I need to get into gear.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Like the female baseball teams from World War II. There's a lot of people counting on us.
And I appreciate you having me on for a couple of minutes here.
Anytime.
This is the first time we've actually talked in person.
Is it for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm doing it with a total echo. Like I'm hearing my voice 2 seconds after I say it, which is kind of difficult to do.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job, and I could probably fix that next time.
That's all right.
So,
That's all right.
so that's really good for having the echo
It
constantly. So I
taking
appreciate
me
that.
back to my teenage, life. It's reminiscent of some of the experience I may have had in the past.
Well, we won't probe that because I can kind of assume what you're talking about, and I had a
And
teenage
I
life as
gotta
well.
say, sorry, some of the things you talk about with the religious aspect, I really enjoy that stuff because, I haven't always been the biggest follower and thing, but some of the stuff you talk about makes you think, and it's kind of helped me to become a better person.
Well, I really
So I
appreciate
do
you saying
appreciate
that.
that.
And there's no worse person on earth, I think, than me. So I really need the stuff as well, and it's just as much for me to go through it than for someone else to
Sure.
hear it. So I'm glad it had an effect, and
Yep,
I appreciate you saying it.
absolutely.
That's really
Yeah.
great,
Well, thank you.
man. I have a couple of them coming up in a minute, so all these people are gonna be like, "Oh crap." So I'll do a couple of them in a minute, and everybody can feel better about themselves. Hopefully, we'll see, including me. But I
Awesome,
appreciate
Zach.
it.
Thank
Cool,
you.
man. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna dump you off of here, but I want you to
Yep.
come back anytime. You see the
All right.
link, or we can do something just dedicated sometime if you want to. It'd be fun.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Yep. Have a
Later.
good one.
You too. Man, that was Hughes, man. That was pretty cool. Hughes, man, dropping in. Thank you, Hughes, man, for coming on here and chatting. That is really cool. I appreciate that. I can switch back to my better camera. All right. I got to get a better camera over there. It just bothers me to see like the whole weird looking camera and stuff. I did not know that was a green screen. That was pretty impressive. I would have never known. I've seen his back, like the background before. Like I've seen him stream, and I just figured he moved his stuff or something. It's impressive. It was pretty good. On when I do green screen stuff, like you watch like the fake news, like sometimes you can see like the ripples in the screen because it's look around me here. I that's the kind of level I keep everything. This kind of level over here. But it's pretty cool. It was perfect. So that's awesome. Look forward to more conversations with Hughes, man. He's got his new show over there as Misfits of HVAC, and I have watched some of it. It's pretty good. So go check it out. And I think I want to say there's 3. I'm pretty sure there's 3. So the 4th one will be this Saturday night at 9 p.m. Yeah, he's got the green screen going on. It's pretty good. Well, that was kind of a nice surprise right there. Awesome. So very nice. Very nice. Enjoyable. Like guys, you see out here, he jumps on there. We have a fun conversation. Anybody can do that. That's what I want you to do. I wish the phones worked. And you know what? I like this better. I like it better when you can see people. It's good. And I want you to come on here and be able to talk to me about whatever. Because you see the stuff that I make. You see the video I put up at the beginning, the goofy crap that I do. There's no reason to be apprehensive about coming onto the show. Absolutely. There's no reason to be apprehensive. So don't be. That's right. Joe says, if the Misfits thing doesn't work out, we can fit you in the choir boys. That's exactly right. You can be a choir boy of HVAC. We are godly men. Not perfect, though. So, not perfect. Godly men that are seeking the Lord, yet not perfect. I cannot do. Take it easy, Mark Cotter. I'm on my way there. I'm trying to make my way there. And speaking of that, I think that's the last thing that we have. I'm going to skip the tools. We'll do tools next time. I had some tool deals. Unless the deals expire, but then I have to check them and see, I guess. But I do have it. Did I write it on here? Probably not. But I do have a couple things here. I'm just going to read this out, and this will be the closing of our show. Nothing too crazy, guys. Just make your way through it. Thank you for watching the program. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the program. Become a channel member to support the program if you're over on Rumble. And I don't know if anybody on Rumble has commented. No one has commented on Rumble yet, so I had to make sure the stream worked all right. It's the first time I've done it, and it's not like YouTube. It's a little bit less official than YouTube. I think it worked. We'll see. All right, so here's our final thing right here. I want to say, hopefully this is the first one. Is this the first one? Nope, that's the wrong one. All right, we're going to go over Yeah, the thing did the thing to me, and where it did it again. So close to perfect, not quite perfect. All right, let's see if it's going to work now. I'm going to read it all again here, and the podcast will edit this out. So, teaching about money and possessions. You guys can read it on your own, which you probably did already. Don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. Your eye is a lamp that provides light for your body. When your eye is good, your whole body is filled with light. But when your eye is bad, your whole body is filled with darkness. And if the light you think you have is actually darkness, how deep that darkness is. No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. That's real tough stuff right there, guys, because honestly, it's hard not to get drawn in to wanting new things. It's hard not to get wrapped up in whether or not people watch you on your stream or what tools you own or how good you are at your job. All of it's very tempting, and all of us get stuck wrapped up into that stuff all the time. It just happens. It's a constant battle. It's not a battle where you win and it's over. It's a constant battle your whole life. And if you follow the tenets in Matthew, the ones we're talking about here, it's a way to sort of self-diagnose that issue developing in you. So all of a sudden, I want to spend all my time doing X, Y, or Z instead of being around my family, instead of being at church, instead of being doing all these good things. You get distracted by things that are worldly things. It's really tough to deal with. It really is. I deal with it every day. I get wrapped up in stuff all the time. And it's sort of like a reality check. And that's why I'm reading it here to you guys so I can hear it again to myself and then be double accountable to you guys whenever you see me doing it. Because I'll be here for you to see. And you can say, hey, Zach, I thought you said you listened to the Bible. Why are you acting like that? Oops, reset, try again, and keep trying your whole life because that's what you have to do. That's the best way to be. And I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope you take this to heart. I did put some links in the chat for the tools that I was talking about, or links in the description of the video. There's just a few knickknacks I thought were kind of cool little buys, and maybe we can talk about them next time if they're still around. Otherwise, they might disappear, and we never talk about them again. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one.